that's one more piece that I just want to throw out here that I'm playing with. One of the things that fascinates me, just fascinates me when we're talking about this moment in political history or in American history, is that there is so little discussion of the fact that you've heard me say a million times, now it's higher, but in 2021, we learned that $53 trillion had moved from the bottom 90% of Americans to the top 1%. Now we have a political event where the richest man in the world backed a candidate, and as soon as that candidate got elected, he made several, like I think it's 42 billion more dollars. And he and a number of other billionaires are absolutely calling the shots. And you don't see that reflected in the way we talk about this moment. And one of the things that authoritarians know is that the way you get a following is you turn people against someone. And one of the things that people like me don't want to do is say, those are the bad people. But in this moment, it's a little weird how little there is in the information sphere about the dangers of the extremely wealthy. Because I think there's this sense that if you don't embrace the very, 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 very rich, you're a communist. But the reality is that, as presidents have said since the beginning, that the American experiment and democracy is at least in as much danger from the very wealthy as it has ever been from the very poor. And that's perhaps something that people ought to be thinking about and ought to be spreading talk about going forward, because I don't know about you, I just find it's bizarre that these young people who can't afford homes are voting for Trump, who is backed by the richest man in the world, in order to get more tax cuts. And that, to me, that's an equation that it seems to me ought to be far more widely known. I just wanted to throw that one out there. All right. I hope that was a little bit cheerful. I think we are all shell-shocked because of all the things that could happen and that we fear are going to happen. But once again, they have not happened yet. And one of the ways to make sure they don't happen is not to assume that they will, and to work to make sure that they don't. And that's up to us, because the minute we stop paying attention is the minute that they feel they can do anything they want. And so we'll see how this one plays out. All right.